Devon Network CFR Sports. A fun-filled and fun-packed weekend of multiple combat sports promotions. One was I guess, best way to describe it would be the entree, the starter, and the main. And Bellator and UFC, in essence, should have been the dessert. Both interesting cards. I think Bellator may have eked it out a little, but yeah. And some unfortunate incidents with the old Bellator as well on the old prelims. But let's do UFC. Let's start with the old UFC fight night. Dern versus Yan. Interesting main event. We had Mark Zuckerberg, who bought out the whole of the UFC. I mean, I've never even heard of such a thing. I guess because Mackenzie Dern was fighting, maybe he's got like a real crush on her or something, because she's, very decorated, etc., and pleasant to the eye. I didn't even know, as I say, this was even a thing. UFC have been very cheap doing these Apex fights. Give the fighters and the crowds the opportunity to, engage and, partake in this year's sport. There's no more restrictions as far as I'm aware of. But anyway, main event wasn't the best. It was an entertaining performance from both. Xian, she did her thing, man. Or Yan, is it Yan? Because there's no X's, it's Yan. She did her thing. Prolific striker. She had very good submission defense. Score-wise, 48, 47, 48, 47, 47, 47. It was a close fight. It wasn't total domination. Lots of strikes were landed on the feet, at least. Mackenzie did her thing. Didn't do enough to get the victory, unfortunately. Yeah. I think with experience, we could potentially have a champ there. Striking has most definitely improved. I think some extra bits to her repertoire is elbows. While she was landing some of those punches, those, to the side of the head and all that, I think if she'd have dropped some elbows, learn that skill, go speak to Tony and sharpen up that game, because I think I know if she'd have thrown mixed in those elbows rather than strike, and, multiple submissions, which she's known for, she could have potentially, let's just say that, potentially took her out of this, that event, that fight, that matchup in round 2 and in, was it round 3 as well? She got the mounts. And also not necessarily relying so much on the submissions because of Yan's very good submission defense. I think she should threaten for submissions, but I think she was really the strike differential. I think she actually outstruck Yan, didn't she? Yeah. So disappointing, emotional. Was it Instagram Live that she did? Nothing to be ashamed of. You just came up short. You put it out there. It's women's fighting at a high level. She will be back. Interesting to see who each of these will get matched up again with. Randy Brown, co-main event, defeats Francisco even. Trinaldo, the old guy, 44, 29, 28, 29, 28, 29, 28. It was a close one. It was definitely a close one. 2 rounds in the bag for Randy Rude Boy Brown, easily. Not the best performance, we will say, and we will add. Randy, he's a lot better than that. But I will add and will highlight the fact of the defense in regards to he made Trinaldo miss a whole load. The shoulder rolling and just dipping back just a little, just enough to make sure that kick or that punch missed. It'd be good to see Randy a bit more active. I know he's unranked, which is strange. Let's get him back in there, man. He didn't take too much punishment or damage even. Let's get him back in there. Let's get this experience. I want to see Randy fight at least 3 times. At least one more time this year. We're in October now, so at least one more time this year. Get him back in. Not in no damn Apex as well. Get him on a fight night on a pay-per-view. Raoni Barcelos defeated Trevin Jones. It was a total shutdown. I expected a lot more from Trevin. He had a very off night. 30-25, 30-27, 30-27. Crazy. Again, that night in the office, he didn't show up. His corner was very animated, should we say, and displeased with his performance. I think reflecting on this, I think he's going to be very displeased with his performance as well. Sodiq Yusuff did the damn thizzle wiggle, guillotine choke, 30 seconds. Don Stannis. Woo! Quick night in the office. Yeah. Can't always happen, but he did the thizzle wiggle. Mike Davis, I don't know what he's doing, but his strength and conditioning regime has got him packing on some muscle, big boss. Unanimous decision 29-28, 30-26, and there was another 30-26 as well, which that's a little much still. The grappling was the key to success. Borshchev, who got wrestled the hell out of by Ducasey, I think it was. He needs to sort his takedown defense. He really does. It's easy me saying that, but he was cool on the feet. He did some very nasty damage, whether it was a fractured or broken orbital. I'm sure he didn't buff up his nose as well. He was lighting him up on the feet. But Mike Davis was just taking him down. I mean, this is mixed martial arts. This isn't kickboxing. You know, I mean, I do love a good strike fest, but you got to mix it up. What else we got on this? Yeah, I didn't really watch much more of the just watched the latter part. I don't think I watched any of the earlier fights, did I? No, I don't think I did. Bellator 286 in Long Beach, LBC. CJ Hamilton got a TKO victory due to a doctor's stoppage / TKO victory on Richard Palencia, who threw a kick, got checked, stepped back on it, stepped again, and that it broke. And strangely enough, BBC iPlayer, let's get into the BBC iPlayer sidebar. What on earth are you doing? This is mixed martial arts. It's after the watershed. Why on earth would you cut to a flipping an insert or whatever the hell you call it, a visual blank, And not, it was silly. Surely you could have just panned it to the damn crowd or something. That was dumb. Trustfully, Richard is going to recover from that. That's a nasty injury. It's going to take him a while to come back. 6 months, maybe plus. Awful. Yeah. Who else we got? Who else we got? Lance Gibson Jr. Submission victory over Dominic Clark, and that was a good one. Because his opponent, almost a 500 fighter, 15-3. Lance is 7-0. And, he did his thing, man. He definitely did his thing. Interesting to see what happens future matchup wise. Now, main cards. Main card. We had a debut of AJ McKee at 155 pounds, taking on a very durable Spike Carlisle, who came out with the damn Hulk Hogan theme song. And not only that, he had the wig on, the glasses, all the clothes, the boots and everything. He went all out like this is some kind of pride event from 1996 or something, or maybe even earlier. It was cool, man. He brought back some memories from the good old WWF days. Spike Kyle 13-4, taking on AJ McKee 19-1. Now I do recall vaguely Spike Carlisle fighting. Well, I recognize his face, but I don't remember him fighting. Let's just be honest, I don't. And I remember Josh saying how Spike Carlisle is no joke and he's durable. And he's expecting AJ to either come in here and do something spectacular and all this business. He's quite critical, actually, Mr. Josh Thompson, whether he has what is it? What would you call it? Allergy issues with his constant sniffling and stuff, or as some people have intimated, the old nosy game. He was harsh, man. But this fight was the best fight on the damn card. It was action packed. The main of okay, we'll get onto the main event shortly. This is a back and forth of sorts. But yeah, no, it certainly was. First round. First round. Did I give it to? I think I could have even given it to Kyle, I'm thinking. Because he was real aggressive, man, and he had him, it was a takedown and all kind of stuff. There was a lot of action. He just ran out at him and tried to look a flying kick kind of thing, and start swinging at AJ, and AJ like, oh, you want to do this? Okay. And rather than using his the cage IQ and his experience and the circling out and saying, yeah, man, come, I'm not doing your thing. You're gonna do my thing. He engaged for a little bit, blah, blah, blah. As I say, it was exciting, man. It was exciting back and forth. He was going for submissions. There was takedowns. He was like relying on the takedowns and stuff. As I say, that was the fight of the night. He got, was it unanimous? Yeah, unanimous. He got unanimous decision victory. As I say, entertaining, but just based upon, I know it's different weight class and stuff, but I did expect an actual finish, whether that be submission or KO. But it shows the difference. You're moving up in a weight class, former champion and all. What can happen? Patricio Pitbull took on Adam Borics, and that was a boring fight. 18-2, taking on Patricio Pitbull, 30-4-5. It's a pity we couldn't get the Pitbull, the Patricio and Aldo fight done. That would have sort of cemented who is the king of Rio, even though, you know, we know who the king, well, not the king of Rio, sorry, the king, I don't think he comes from Rio, Pitbull, the king of Brazil, I guess. Or the featherweight GOAT, because that's a nice record, man. Only 5 losses as well. But he did enough. He did more than enough. It was total domination. Adam was doing some flying stuff, and yeah. If you want to be the champion, you have to beat the champion. And after 2 rounds, surely you've got to mix it up and think, you know what? This isn't working. Let me try and do something different. Let me just fight and just be reactive, which you've got to be to a point. But nah, man. He had the reach advantage, the height advantage, and he wasn't using it. He was not using it. He was stinging him a couple of times, but yeah, disappointed. I thought he would have made more of that opportunity, should we say. So yeah, I expected the desert combat sports wise to be a lot better. The Asian market in one championship killed it with the 2 events. I'm sorry, no bias at all, but it was just limited fights, man. Like, what on earth was going on? Actually, wait a minute. Didn't Pico lost, right? TKO win with Jeremy Kennedy. You know, yeah. Let's see what it do, man. We got some other stuff coming up. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and obviously do share.